Hi everyone, today we're going to make zucchini tofu scramble with some turmeric in. Welcome to Cook Vegan. I hope you're enjoying all my videos. If you are, please do subscribe and make sure you write your comments below and turn on your notification buttons so that you never miss any of these interesting videos that I'm trying to make almost daily now. So, if any of you saw, which is actually being cooked in the background here, there's another video for stuffed zucchini. Mediterranean style, and there's two different ways that we're making it, one with a tomato sauce and one with a white wine oregano flavor. So make sure you check out that video and don't miss out. And in the meantime, we've got all this delicious inside of zucchini that we have from the stuffed raw zucchinis that we've been cooking. So what are we doing with those? I don't want to waste anything, and I hate wasting in this house actually. So we're using all of this deliciousness here, all of that soft interior, and I'm cutting all of these that come out of the zucchini like this into little tiny discs. So we just cut those like that, really easy. They cut super quickly. And I'm gonna make this into a delicious scramble. Now this is a bit like tofu scramble, if you guys have had that, if you're vegan or not and have tried it, it's delicious, with turmeric in as well. But it's got a little bit of a twist. Now in the Middle East, I know definitely in Lebanon, when people are making stuffed kusa, stuffed zucchini, they do use this with egg. Now I've veganized this recipe, added some turmeric and other things, so we've got a little bit of a different flavor going on, but something that you'll really like. I'll show you now how to do it on the pan. So now I'm just putting about 4 tablespoons of olive oil here. The pan is already super hot. I actually might turn that down just a little bit. And I'm going to immediately add our delicious diced onion and our 2 cloves of garlic. Yummy. So just keep stirring this. Our zucchini here is also on in the background. Okay. So now that that's hot, I'm just going to turn it down to a medium heat. And I'm going to saute this. Oh, throwing everything out of the pan. Okay, and that's so quick. It's already becoming nice and golden. I don't need it to be done more than that. And now I'm going to add my zucchini discs to this. So I throw those in now. There we go, and I just stir that in so all the flavors get mixed together, and it will all get coated with that olive oil that had already grazed the bottom of the pan. There we go. Delicious. Okay. I'm actually going to pop a tiny bit more olive oil in. You could put a little bit of water as well, depending on if you want oil-free or less oil. But in our house, we're not too afraid of olive oil, at least on this dish. But we don't put it in everything all the time, but it is a very typical Mediterranean ingredient. So there we go. So that is all now nicely cooking, and it's becoming golden. I just want it to get a little bit softer, the zucchini, before I add in the silken tofu. You could use normal firm tofu if you can't get your hands on silken tofu. But when people do that, at least I think the scrambled vegan egg becomes quite crumbly, not very succulent, and really it has nothing to do with what people would associate with an egg-type texture. So I would definitely use silken tofu if you can. So just keep stirring that constantly. We do have different spices to add, but I'm going to add that in a minute once everything is soft and nice. So then now that this has been on medium heat for about, it's medium to high, 6.5 on ours, for just under 5 minutes, and everything is nice and soft. And also the zucchinis have started to sweat, so the moisture is coming out of them. We definitely don't need any more liquid added, and it's all becoming soft and very flavoursome. I'm going to add, this is 350 grams of silken tofu. As I said, silken tofu is the best to use. You could have the crumbly if you can't get your hands on anything else, but definitely this is better. Now I'm just putting this all in like this. I'm just squishing it in. You can cut it before, but for me, anything that avoids extra washing up is always a bonus. So I just literally have opened that up with a knife or a pair of scissors, putting that on the side, and then it's going to crumble as I stir it. So no need to cut it before. That's the nice thing about silken tofu. So I'm just mixing that in, and you can see it's all becoming that scrambled. There we go. The scrambled effect. Okay. I'll just keep stirring that in so all the flavours go round and it gets more and more delicious. Okay, now I'm going to start adding my all my herbs and spices. So now I'm putting turmeric in. So for those of you who don't know or don't have turmeric as part of your daily diet, I suggest you start, especially now during this horrible pandemic. It is such a good antioxidant and it's just so good for you on every level. So I'm putting here a nice heaped teaspoon. This is a small, tiny teaspoon, so I'm putting a bit more. Nice heaped teaspoon of turmeric in, so which will give it that delicious, delicious colour. There we go, and almost really make it look that nice eggy colour. And this is when you see vegan scrambled egg, this is the reason why, for those of you that don't know. Obviously this now is a different recipe because it's got the lovely zucchini in as well. If you're not making the stuffed zucchini that I've got on the background, I can quickly show you guys that as well. Oh, it's a bit hot. Let me just show you guys. That's on another video, so if you want to learn how to make that or that, don't forget to tune in to the stuffed zucchini video on Cook Vegan YouTube channel. Now, if you're not making that and you don't have all of this delicious zucchini center available, you can just actually dice some zucchini and add that to this, and also that will give you also some color, so you'll have a bit of green going on. If you're using the darker green zucchini or even the white zucchini, it will still have a different color going in. So there we go, we've got all this delicious, oh, it looks so good. And now I'm just going to add a little bit, about half a teaspoon, or maybe even less, a quarter of a teaspoon of ground black pepper. Again, about the same in sea salt. This is rock sea salt here. I'm not even measuring that. Just, again, salt and pepper is always to taste. So you can put that in, and I'll just stir that in. Smells so good. And here I've got basil leaves. But I'm going to put half a teaspoon as well in, just to have a little bit of herb flavour. I love adding herbs into everything, so and I always just think it makes it taste that bit more interesting. So I would definitely suggest that you all, whatever you're doing at home, whatever your dietary preference is, however busy you are, just try and get a full selection of herbs at home. Smell them, taste them, see which ones you like, and just be creative. Just add them into all your dishes. Obviously not too many all at once because it might end up being a mismatch. But you know, you can definitely add 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, depending. And it not only gives it this nice little bit of colour thrown in, but it's also just so good for you. Each herb has something really beneficial and helps you get the most out of your delicious food. And the final and last ingredients to this is nutritional yeast. Now, if you don't like that cheesy flavour, you can skip this part. But personally, I've never eaten cheese in all my life. I do not like it. I don't like the taste or the flavour or anything about it. But for some reason, I can digest nutritional yeast, at least in the quantities that I use in the ingredients. It's a great source of B12. Maybe that's why it's in my head as something good to have. So, and for this, I'm just going to add 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. It's healthy and a really, really good extra for all the family. So I'm hoping the kids will tuck away at this. And you can serve this on its own, completely on its own, hot or cold. You can also have it accompanied with some rice, if you've got any rice, with a vegan sausage, as a breakfast food with baked beans, whatever you want, or next to a salad. So there you go. That's how quick and easy it was. Now I've taken a little bit longer to explain everything to you and stir it, but this is now ready to go. So this only needs to be stirred in the silken tofu for maybe 3 minutes, and everything else only took about 5 minutes to make. So there we go. We're good to go, and you've got your delicious zucchini tofu scramble. I hope you've enjoyed that. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out the stuffed zucchini, how to make blueberry porridge, how to do overnight oats, a whole array of videos, plus some interviews on our Cook Vegan channel. Please do subscribe, support us, support the effort to spread all this delicious vegan love, and whether you're vegan or not, everyone can have some plant-based meals and do their little bit for the planet. So please do support us, subscribe, put your notification button on, and comment below, and I'll get back to you personally. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you again soon.